Hello everyone. In this lecture we'll discuss about linked list. So a linked list is a linear collection of data elements. So before discussing linked list, I must remind about the array, that is already we have discussed, and also the advantages and the disadvantages about the array. So as you know, an array is a linear collection of data elements in which the elements are stored in consecutive memory locations. I have already told in the array the elements are stored in consecutive memory location. While you declare an array, you have to specify the size of the array. Remember, while declaring the array, you have to specify the size of the array, which will restrict the number of elements that the array can store. For example, we declare an array. Suppose the array name is integer and array name is suppose marks and the size is 10. Then the array can store a maximum of 10 data elements. So this array marks can store maximum up to 10 data elements, but not more than that. But what if we are not sure of the number of the elements in advance? If you don't know the number of elements in advance, then it is inefficient to use the array. To make efficient use of memory, the elements must be stored randomly at any location rather than in consecutive locations. In array, so these are the consecutive memory locations. Suppose this is the address, that is 1000, this is 1001, this is 1002, these are the consecutive memory location, and this is the array name args. So this is one of the disadvantages. You cannot change the size at the runtime. If you want to change the size of the array at runtime, then you have to again change the declaration line. Again you have to change this declaration line. So this is not possible at the runtime. And also, to make the efficient use of memory, it may not be available contiguous memory location in memory, or free memory space may not be available in memory. Then you cannot declare the array of that size. So in this case, linked list is the solution, and the linked list does not store its elements in consecutive memory location, and the user can add any number of elements to it. But in array, that is not possible. If you want to add one new element to the array, then it is difficult. You have to insert one element, again you have to shift all these elements towards its right. This is very difficult. But in case of linked list, that is easier. So as the definition says, a linked list is a linear collection of data elements, and these data elements are called nodes. Here the elements are called as nodes. In case of array, these are called as elements. Here that is called as nodes, and every node contains two parts. Here in case of array, these are the elements. Suppose the elements are 10, 20, 30 like this. So these are called as elements. But in case of linked list, these elements will be called as nodes, and every node contains two parts. One is data part, another one is pointer or address or next. You can say anything. You can see the diagram here. This is a diagram. One part, this is the node. One part is data, another part is next. You can say data or information or the value. Similar to your array, these elements will be stored in this part, in data part. This is also called as the information part or the value part. And the next part is called as the pointer, or this stores the address, or this is also called as the next. So this one, the first part, that contains the value, and the second part that contains the address of next node. So second part contains the address of the next node. As the name shows, this is linked list. That means there must be some link between the nodes or between the elements. There must be some link between different elements. Now come to the next point. The last node will have no next node connected to it, so it will store a null value. So there will be number of elements that will be linked with each other in case of linked list, and the last node, in case of last node, there will be no next node connected to it, so it will store a null value. Now we can draw one diagram that shows how the linked list can be represented. So in linked list, every node, this is one node, every node contains two parts. So this is the next node that contains two parts. This is again the next node that contains two parts. As I have already told, one part is the data, second part is the address, or that is also called as the next, or that is the pointer. I have written here pointer or address or the next. You can say anything. Here also this is the data part, this is address or next part. This is data part, this is next. So I have taken three different nodes, and I will take three values similar to your array representation, 10, 20 and 30. So here this data part contains 10, this data part contains 20, this data part contains, or the value part contains 30. Now you can see here, this next or this pointer will store the address of the next node. So before discussing about the pointer, about the address, you must know what is the pointer. In C programming, you must remember, pointer is a variable that stores the address of another variable. Again I am repeating, pointer is a variable that stores the address of another variable. So this is one pointer that points to another variable. That means this is a pointer that stores some address. Now you must remember, there are some address for this variable, or for this node there must be some address. Suppose the address is 1000, and for this variable the address is suppose 2000. For this node the address is suppose 3000. As I have already told, this next or the pointer or the address that stores the address of next node. That means there is a link, there is a pointer. So this is the pointer that stores the address of this node. The address of this node is 2000. I have taken this as an example. So this is 2000. These are not consecutive memory locations, these are the different memory locations. So this is the advantages of linked list, where the nodes or the values won't be stored or will not be stored in the values will be stored in different memory locations, not in consecutive memory locations. But in case of array, these are the consecutive memory locations, like 1000, 1001, 1002, or similarly. Or you can take, this is 1000, this is 1002, this is 1004, as these are 2 byte memory locations. So here, in case of linked list, these are not consecutive memo locations. This is 1000, this address location, this may be 2000, this may be 3000, or any memo locations. So here this next will store the address of this node. This is the next node. That means this node or this pointer will point to the next node. That means this next will contain the address that is 2000. Similarly, this is the pointer that will point to the next node. That means this is the pointer or the next or the address that will store the address of next node. The address of next node is 3000. So 3000 will be stored here. Now in this point I have told the last node will have no next node connected to it. It will store a null value. That means the last node does not have any next node, that does not point to any other node, so it will contain a null value. Or you can also represent this is a cross symbol. Okay, another thing is the linked list contains a pointer variable that is start, that stores the address of the first node. For this example, the address of first node is 1000. Now start is another pointer variable. Pointer means that is the variable that stores the address. Pointer only stores address. So start is another pointer variable that stores the address of the first node. So start is another pointer variable. This is start, that stores the address of first node or the address of first node. The address of first node is 1000. They are the addresses. So this contains the address. That means there is a pointer to this first node, or there is a link between these two nodes. This is the starting node, start node, or this is the first node. Another point is, in a linked list, every node contains a pointer to another node. Now every node contains a pointer. This is the pointer to another node. There is a link, there is a pointer which is of same type. This is of same type, this is of same type. This is having some value, having the same data type like integer. This is also integer type, this is also integer type. And there is a pointer type, this is a pointer type, this is a pointer type. So in a linked list, every node contains a pointer to another node which is of the same type. So this is called self-referential data type, or this is also called as the self-referential structure. This will point to a node which having the same structure. This pointer will point to a node which having the same structure, having the same data type or similar data type. So these are the basic points you must remember while using the linked list. Another thing is, while implementing the linked list, you must know about the pointer and also the structure or the self-referential structure. There is one point. This is the self-referential structure. So while implementing the linked list, you must know what is pointer. As I have already told about the pointer, that is the variable that stores the address of another variable. Here in this case, that stores the address of next node. This is the pointer that stores the address of next node. The address is 3000, that is stored in this pointer. The address is 2000, that is stored in this pointer. Okay. Now this is one thing. Another is the self-referential structure. You must know how to declare the self-referential structure, and you must know what is structure. Okay. In the next lecture, we'll discuss about the self-referential structure and also how to create the self-referential structure and how to create the linked list and how we can insert the linked list. We'll discuss that.